Welcome to Ms.Interpretations. My name is Marin Dameron, and this is my virtual campfire where we talk about science and the sacred, physics and metaphysics, the brain and belief. What's going on in that noggin up there anyway? We may never know, but we can have a lot of fun talking about it. What color is 3? No, I mean, what color is the number 3? Did you know that when some people hear music, they see colors? And some people always see numbers as a specific color. For example, the number 3 is always purple and the number 5 is always orange to them. So when they see this, what they see is this. What is going on? Let's talk about it. So what is going on when someone hears music and sees colors, or always sees specific numbers in specific colors? This phenomenon is called synesthesia. Literally, it means to sense together. It is said that there are 50 to 150 different types of synesthesia that are actually different combinations of senses, like taste and hearing, or sight and smell. There are also 2 forms or classifications of synesthesia that have to do with how well you visualize certain concepts. Let me explain. An associator means that your synesthetic associations, like colored letters, for example, are experienced in your mind's eye. So when shown text on a page, associators know that each number has a color, or each letter might have a color, but they don't actually see the color on the page. If you're a projector, that means you actually physically see the color projected onto the page in front of you. So the example that I showed you, that would be the experience of a projector, a number color synesthete. They actually see the numbers on the page or screen as being a different color, not just in their mind's eye. So what's fascinating about this is that where we process number recognition in the brain, it's actually right next to where we process color recognition. It seems that synesthetes, they've gotten their wires crossed. A leading neuroscientist, V.S. Ramachandran, thinks that it's possible that we're all born with synesthesia, and as infants, we live in a psychedelic world where different parts of the brain process information simultaneously, and sounds have taste, or smells have sounds. And for most of us, as we grow and develop, these connections that aren't necessary, they get pruned. Tastes have taste, and we hear sounds, and we stop tasting sounds. Yet for some synesthetes, the dual senses, they stick around. Ramachandran extends his study of synesthesia actually to create an explanation of how human language could have evolved. And this discussion of the evolution of language is really fascinating. It's in his book, A Brief Tour of Consciousness, right here. This one, and it's really fascinating. So I'll leave a citation in the description below. You can check it out. So in reading Ramachandran's work, I actually started thinking about atheists, particularly proselytizing atheists. Stick with me, I can explain. What is a proselytizing atheist? It's a made-up term. I made it up. I use it to describe someone who is so happy and confident in their atheism that they think you should be an atheist too. So people like Richard Dawkins or Sam Harris, they seem to think that the world would be peaceful and happy if it weren't for those darned religions. If people just quit believing in God, we'd all be better off and stop fighting. I mean, this is a way to view all of the wars and destruction that have been caused by religious belief. Contrast that notion with the fact that most cultures on the planet have now or have had in the past some kind of worldview that includes the supernatural, a world or beings that we cannot see. Now, I'm not going to go into the definition of religion or contrast religion with spiritual belief right now. Maybe I'll do that later. But what I will say is that the belief in the supernatural in some form, it's more common than not. Most people believe in some type of supernatural being. Why? What causes this sense of awe towards something that's not us, something that's greater than us, this awareness of the numinous or of God? The believer's simple answer is God exists, and that's why we are aware of God. A non-believing anthropologist would say that the human brain has evolved to have the ability to have faith because it has helped us survive in some ways or many ways. A scientist who is also a believer in God might say that God created us and guided our evolution to allow us to believe in God. Now, I'm probably going to make everyone angry and not take a side right now. Atheists are going to be frustrated that I would allow for belief in God, and believers of many faiths, they'll be worried about my soul. I'm not going to tell you what to believe or what to think. If there is a God or gods, I think God or the gods will take care of you on your path. If there isn't a God or gods, let's just do the best we can as we float along on this little rock out here in space together. You see, I don't think that scientists have it all figured out, and I don't think that the theologians have it all figured out. I don't think that the witches have it all figured out, and I don't think that the shamans have it all figured out, and I don't think that the ethicists have it all figured out. I've spent years studying science, religion, ethics, and lots of other stuff because I've been trying to figure it all out. I've learned so much, but that doesn't even scratch the surface of what is out there that folks have discovered or thought about. And there is so much we still don't know. Honestly, it's just a ton of fun for me to learn new things, and I want to share how much fun it is with you. I like to see how ideas are connected and similar, and it always brings up interesting questions for me. So here's my question for today. Could it be that a belief in a supernatural entity outside of ourselves is some form of synesthesia? Okay, some people will say that they sense God's presence. They feel that God is with them. Heck, I've even said that. So, what was I really feeling? I mean, I don't know. I think January is here, and May is over here, and August is over here. I mean, what do I know? That's called spatial sequence synesthesia, by the way. So believers cannot see their God or gods, but they know they exist just the same. And perhaps these proselytizing atheists just haven't felt the presence of God because their supernatural synesthetic synapses have been snipped. Maybe God is really out there, and the only way we can sense God is if our brains have not pruned the synapses that feel God's presence. Maybe a person's experience of God is just the way that human's brain processes what they don't know. And God is how they describe it. Maybe God is just made up in our heads. But why? These kinds of questions, they tend to upset a lot of people. Looking for a scientific basis for belief, it's not always a popular topic to study. Scientists may think it's too woo-woo, and believers may think it's sacrilegious. So, I know. I'll make a YouTube channel about it. Now, I'm not a neuroscientist, but I would love for a neuroscientist to study this question. Is belief in God a form of synesthesia? If you would like for someone to study this question, please send this video to your favorite neuroscientist. I will mention one more book. The Phantom God by John C. Wathy. I haven't read it yet, but I got it for my birthday. My daughter bought it for me. Cool kid. Anyway, she's not a kid anymore. The subtitle is What Neuroscience Reveals About the Compulsion to Believe. So this book might actually answer my question. I'll just do another video about that and let you know what I find out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching Ms.Interpretations. If you'd like to see more musings about the brain and belief and other science-y, sacred-y stuff, well, you get the idea. Please subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. And please be kind to each other. We can't learn from each other if we're virtually yelling at or disrespecting each other. So remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be you. So start somewhere. Thanks for watching. Human brains, I did it again, because they're supernatural synesthetic synapses. The only way we can sense God is if our brains have not pruned the synapses that feel God's presence. Oh, this is not working right. What is going on? What is a proselytizing atheist? Well, it's a made-up term that I made up. Synapses, and they're happy. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go back again. What is the name of the other book? It's got to get me again. Okay, I am recording again. Okay, I'm gonna do a different recording. What is going on? What is going on? Let's talk about it.